So I saw this new movie called G20. I like things that come out on Prime and Paramount Plus, and I thought, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Everyone's so quick to shit on this movie. I like Homelander, Anthony Starr, I like Viola Davis, and I said, you know what, John? I says to myself, let's give it an honest trial. Let's give it its day in court. So in defense of G20, here we go. So if you've seen the trailer, you kind of know what you're in for. We're doing a Die Hard, or more specifically, a gender-swapped, race-swapped White House down. You got Viola Davis as Lady Girl Boss. You got Homelander as Hans Gruber, and it's like you kind of know what you're in for, right? Act 1, right? Let's just break it down by acts really quick. This is going to be a short review. Act 1, she's Lady President, kind of like a fill-in for Michelle Obama. If she won. And basically, she's going to South Africa because she's going to get funds for some kind of a campaign that she wants to get off the ground. World peace, solving world hunger, doesn't fucking matter. It's a MacGuffin. And she gets there, and of course, all the snooty white people are just awful. Because if movies have taught me anything in modern day, is that white people are fucking awful. Haven't you heard? And so all the white dudes are kind of like, hey, if you get a little bit of money, you know, that would be an accomplishment. So, you know, of course, and then Anthony Starr comes in, elevator opens, just like Die Hard, he comes in, and I'll give him credit. He's probably the most watchable thing in this movie, the best I can say about it. And, you know, his plan is to basically get all the world leaders to get in front of a camera and say like a couple of sentences so that he can use a deep fake. Why he couldn't just use, I don't know, hundreds of interviews that they've probably already done, so that he can basically convince the world that your money's no good, take it out of your account, put it into crypto, and then he's gonna somehow create some type of thing where he makes billions of dollars or some shit. And it works actually, so that's a lot of fun. Act 2 actually gets a little bit better, right? So like, you know, because I'm saying to myself, how is this actually gonna work? How do I not gloss over watching this fucking movie? How do you do that? Because it's like you can't have Viola Davis fight 12 people, and some of these guys are big, man. They're like villains that Reacher has fucking fought. They're like giant tree trunks. You just look at these guys and go like, no fucking way. And they do their best. They throw everything they can to make you suspend disbelief, right? They mentioned that 20 years ago she served in the military and she was kind of like a war hero that came home. All right. And then, you know, in the opening scene, they show her doing like Krav Maga, you know, on the White House lawn with like some trainer, and you're like, yeah. And then, and then as the movie's going on, a couple people actually escape with her. And then this is the part that I'm like, all right, that's actually kind of clever. It's not just her kicking ass, right? You got, you know, these Secret Service guys and her aides and all that shit, and they're helping her take out some of these guys when she doesn't counter them. And much like Die Hard, she finds them in like one at a time, or, you know, different pairs. And, you know, whenever she starts getting her ass kicked, which is like immediately, one of her like Secret Service guys come in. I think the one guy's name was Manny, who was the fucking goat of this movie, and like realistically helped her out fight some of these guys. Because it was like her and her three buddies would fight like one guy, and I'm kind of like, all right. It helped the movie a little bit in Act 2, right? Because it's much like Die Hard, where they do like the whole cat and mouse thing, you know, hiding in events and picking them off one by one. You get to Act 3. Holy shit, monkey balls, titty sprinkles. This is the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen in a movie. They escape to the helipad on top of the building, right? It's like Rick and Morty. And Anthony Starr's got her daughter, but she's got the hard drive with the Bitcoin on it, and he's like, oh, I'll trade you. He's got an Aussie accent in this. I'll trade you the money for the girl. Oh, yeah. And he's like, all right. Yeah, so long story short, I don't know how it really goes down, but a scuffle breaks out, and she takes over the helicopter, kicks Homelander out, and she's trying to lift the helicopter off the ground. And she even said, she's like, I don't know how to fly this fucking thing. And, you know, it fucking comes right back down, and it's like falling off the side of the building, and Anthony Starr falls to his death and all that bullshit. And then the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen in a movie happened. It's funny just to watch if you have Prime for free. Just cue it up to the end of the movie. The helicopter is sliding off the side of the building, And you're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. She's gonna run up and she's gonna jump onto the building, and as the second she does, the helicopter's gonna fall off and crash and all that bullshit. No, it's a lot dumber than that. Uh, I shit you not. It's about to fall, and in the name of world peace and coming together, which seems to be the theme of this movie that she was pushing in the beginning, a SWAT team comes in, or a bunch of Marines or Army SWAT guys, it doesn't matter, come in and they put these stretchy bands, right? They look like when you ever go to the gym and you see a girl doing like an assisted pull up or chin up, and they got like the band under their foot so they can pull themselves up. They got a shitload of those, but bigger, and they got it wrapped around the helicopter, and they're pulling the helicopter back onto the fucking platform like Steve Rogers, Captain fucking America. And I'm like, fuck you, movie. Fuck you. I don't know, man. It just the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And it keeps going. You know, there's like one more scene because, like, of course now she gets all the funding because she saved their lives. And the final scene in the movie is so bad. She's in the White House, and they're all, you know, they're high-fiving her and they're kissing their ass and her, and just like, oh my god, she's the greatest president that ever lived. Ah! And like they got her dress that she was wearing on the fucking wall. The sneakers that she was wearing is like in a football case, and you're just like, oh, I don't know what we're doing. And she like winks at the camera, and you're just like, fuck me. This is the dumbest fucking thing. So she, yeah, and they intercut it with the credits, and you're just like, you could tell, like, this is probably originally a scene that they're going to put in the movie, and they're like, nope, this is not playing well, edit it down. It's bad, man. It's bad. If I had to rank the acts 1 through 3, it goes from, like, a 4 to, like, a 6 to, like, a 0. And that's being generous. And the only reason I'm giving it those points is because I like Viola Davis. I like Anthony Starr. I think they're both capable, wonderful actors. But, like, this is not it, man. This is fucking awful. Yeah. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.